Hey, listen, this is what I need you to do. I need to know about my boy Laertes. And, the servant's like, hey, no worries, I'll go to Paris and ask around. No, that's not what I want. Polonius says, that's not what I want. This is what I want. I want you to walk up to people from Denmark who live in Paris. And I want you to walk up and I want you to say, hey, I'm looking for that young kid named Laertes. Do you know him? And if they say, yeah, I know him, say, is he the kid who likes to hang out at the racetrack, pick up prostitutes and go sleeping with them, and all he does all day long is sit in the bar and stone? Is that the Laertes that you know? And if they go, no, that's not the Laertes I know at all. The Laertes that I know is a student here in Paris, and he's studying all the time. That's what Polonius says, I want you to do. To which the servant says, well, so you're doing this, you want me to lie so you can get the truth. But here's the problem, what if I say things and then people assume that they're true about your boy? To which Polonius says, come on, boys will be boys in Paris. I know he's got to have a little bit of fun, but I'm just interested to know if he's still trying to be a good boy and a student. In other words, Polonius says, I want you to lie so you can get to the truth. What did Polonius say last to his boy? And this above all, to thine own self be true, and it follows as the night the day, thou canst not then be false to any man. In other words, he's a little bit of a hypocrite, isn't he? Polonius is, right? Okay. On to the stage then will come Ophelia. And the servant will go, okay, I'll run off to Paris to find out how your boy's doing. Ophelia comes onto the stage and she goes, Dad, we got problems. Polonius is like, what do you mean we got problems? She says, I was in my bedroom, in my inner chamber of my bedroom. Hamlet walks in. But he didn't look like Hamlet anymore. His hair was all messed up. His shirt was unbuttoned. His shoes were off. His pants were rolled up. He didn't say anything to me. He just walked into the room, walked across the bedroom, walked up to me, and grabbed me by both my arms so I couldn't get away. Then he looked right in my face, in my eyes, for a long time. And then he does one of these numbers like that, and he nods. And then he lets go of my hands and he turns around and leaves, but he continues to look at my eyes. So it's like he walked out of my bedroom without being able to see where he was going, and he didn't hit any furniture, which, by the way, suggests maybe he's been in this bedroom before well enough to know what it looks like, the lay of the land, if you get my drift. And then he walks out, Ophelia says, to which Polonius's observation is, well, have you been talking to him? She's like, no, I did exactly what you told me, and I haven't said a word to him. Polonius immediately says, Hamlet's gone love mad. In other words, he's in love with you, and because you haven't returned his texts, he's gone nuts. The Italians really believe this kind of thing, that if a guy really liked the girl, and the girl didn't like the guy back, the guy literally could lose his mind and go crazy. And so Polonius says, that's exactly what's going on. We got to go to the king and queen, and we need to talk with them about it. 2-2. We see the king and queen. We are introduced to a new couple of characters. Their names are Rosencrantz and Guildenstern. Now, R and G are what we call flat characters. That is to say, they're not very well rounded at all. They are supposed school friends of Hamlet from way back when. The king says to R and G, look, here's the problem. My stepson, Hamlet, has gone loony. He's lost his mind. And we need to figure out what's going on with him. We want you to hang out with him for a while and spy on him. Notice the continuation of the spy theme, right? Spy on him, and then come back and tell us what's going on. They're like, okay. Onto the stage comes Polonius with a note. He says, I think I figured out what's wrong with your boy and why he's gone nuts. The king's like, whoa, I'd love to hear about that. Well, I think I got it. And then he whips out this note, this love poem, and he starts reading it, and it's really bad love poetry. And the queen is like, who wrote this? Did this come from Hamlet? To which Polonius is like, yeah. My boy has been, your boy has been kind of interested in my daughter. To which the king will ask, well, did you support this or no? And it's at that point that Polonius kind of realizes him telling his daughter not to talk to Hamlet might have led to the Prince Hamlet's losing his mind. And so he's like, well, okay, here's the deal. I kind of was worried about your son and my daughter, and so I told her to not talk to him. But I am convinced, and are you ready for this? He says it this way. Hamlet went crazy because of my daughter. If it's not true, he says, take this from this, if it be otherwise. In other words, you can cut my head off. That's how certain I am that this is why Hamlet has lost his mind. Of course, the audience will die laughing because they realize, yeah, Hamlet's, first of all, hasn't lost his mind. And second of all, it ain't got nothing to do with Ophelia, right? Thanks, guys.